What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench Repeat, the video series that you put on and then do your hobby, do your painting, do your building, whatever it is, and just listen. And I get some hobby stuff done. Together we get our projects done, closer to finishing. I've got some interesting things on my bench today. Of course, I've got the usual suspects. Yeah, that goes without saying. But I also have some others. And I'll come to those during the course of the video. Now, I'm just going to place a palette next to me because I've got a few things on the go here. And from last week, Screamer Pink, I left that out on purpose to remind me I need to order some. Ah, well. Here we go. Right, so let's go camera down towards the table. We're gonna just see where we're gonna see what we got. I'm gonna do this. You're gonna do this with me. Whoa! There. Didn't even need to cut it. Okay, so this is some terrain I've got here that I started painting up, and I got more terrain to do as it happens, but not on the bench today, or at least not at the moment. I've got this dude from Ghostbusters. Let's zoom in a little bit here. This dude, I don't know what he's called. He wasn't in any of the films, any of the movies, but he is in the board game. Yeah, him. See what I can't get a little bit. There we are. Got these little monster things here to do. I've got dark grey and light grey. Whereas last week I was a bit, don't know if I like the light greys. I'm liking them now. I am liking them. So, as far as ghosts go, they're pretty weird. They're like monster ghosts, aren't they? I think what I'm going to do today is the basing for these guys. Yeah. So, start with the astrogranite debris. Open up the pot. What I need to do now is find my little gadget. Texture tool. Let's put my glasses on my head, shall I? A coffee. My coffee's drinkable by now. I'm going to have a sip. Do you know I know it's drinkable? Because I had a bout of fatigue earlier and I collapsed on the bed and I was out of it for a good half hour. That's how I know. Yeah, so I've been a bit poorly. I'm alright again now though. As you can see, I'm here. Ready and willing, as it were. So so the other miniatures I've got on the desk here, and I'm seriously hoping I can get to them today. I will tell you about them anyway. They are for sci-fi role-playing, aliens and that kind of thing. But the cool thing about them is it's from a company, I can't even remember the name of it, but the sculpts they do, some of them mimic the characters from the movie Predator. Yeah? Now I've only got one, and one on the way. No, one, I think. Yeah, I got one from the movie Predator, but they do all the Predator characters. And the one I've ordered is Dutch, because I thought he'd make a great security officer in the Aliens role-playing game. They do other stuff as well. They do the Aliens characters too. They don't call them by their names, obviously, for obvious reasons, but they are clearly them. You know, I can't remember what my Dutch character is, but he's clearly Arnie. You can get Stallone. You can get all the characters from Predator. You get Billy. I can't remember the names of the other ones, but they're all there. But I've also ordered Hicks from the Aliens movies, or the character that mimics him. You call it, say what you like. I'll show you later on, hopefully, and you'll see just what I mean about the similarities. Anyway, well, I can tell you whilst we're chatting, this has given me a rather wonderful idea. How's about a role-playing game using, or based on Predator characters? I mean, they do. There's Aliens versus Predator franchise anyway, right? So, not beyond the realms. Get some Predator models. Use the same stats as the Alien, or just use an Alien and do that instead of Predator. Alien in the jungle. You know, why not? There's some possibilities here. And I was thinking, why not do a role-playing game based upon that? Now, yeah, I'm thinking those dark places would be a better system to do for that. You know, by Jonathan Hicks, those dark places, the one I've talked about in the past. Now, where did that bit go? Debt's annoying. It'll turn up. So we get the basing done on these guys. Let's lift the camera ever so slightly here. I know the trouble with, you know, my projects lately is because I can't finish them very quickly. And I've got other miniatures to do for Ghostbusters, but I think once these are done, I'll concentrate on the role-playing stuff. Just because I've got so much of it I want to get done. I know I've got to finish off the Black Plague Zombicide stuff, but right now it doesn't feel like a priority. Well, none of it's a priority, is it? You know what I mean. It doesn't feel like that's the way I want to go, the direction I want to go in at the moment. So, well, this is the first of my 2 days off today. Yeah. Had a fatigue moment, so that's good, isn't it? Not. Yeah. Done a bit of sorting out today, though, in the studio, so that was good. I've acquired a new bits box. Put some of the bits and pieces into it from, well, jars and boxes and other things I've got lying around. And I've created a little bit more space on my shelf. Always a good thing. Always a good thing. Yeah, so that's good. Heave ho. There we are. So when I've done the bases on these and washed and dry brushed them and painted the rims, I was just doing the eyes and the teeth and the tongues. Then we're good to go for these, I think. Don't need to be award winning. Like the other ones, a bit of cannon fodder, really. Yeah. Picking up the bits I dropped earlier. Ha! I mean, once you get the basing done on a model, it starts to really take shape, doesn't it? You think, oh, yeah, I can see an end result here. So how are you guys? Let me know. How's your projects going on? Hope you all had, because actually I'm recording this. I record these way ahead. So I know your Halloween's sort of long gone by now. Even your firework nights probably. Hope you all had a good Halloween. Hope you did. Haven't had mine yet, but I'm sure I will. Have a good one, that is. Yeah. Do. I'm watching the Doctor Who, the last season of Peter Capaldi. Is it season 9? I can't remember. Whatever season it is. Just about to start that one, actually. Oh, I'll tell you something I'm a bit gutted about. Ice Road Truckers. The last 2 seasons, you only seem to be able to get it on Amazon to stream, but I want to have hard copies of it. I mean, yeah, I can watch them, but I want to own them. I love all the extras and the things that they put on them, and plus I want to be able to watch wherever, whenever, whether you got internet or not. It's the way I roll. Yeah, so I'm gutted that at the moment that the last 2 seasons you can only stream, which I can do, but I want to own them. Hard copies. I know, I think, they're trying to move away from all that sort of hard copy stuff with everything, but yeah. Yeah. So I've got a box of junk on my other table. I'm gonna see later on if I can do any, or even maybe tomorrow. Probably later on today though. See if I can do any trash terrain. See if I can summon any inspiration. I just find it so difficult to think of stuff. Yeah, others of you, it's like bang, there you go. There's a watchtower, boom. There's a generator, bang. There's a deserted building, whatever, And I'm like, or vehicles, and I'm like, whoa, dude. How do you do that? But I'll have a go. Weather-wise, not that great here, but that's about average, especially for this time of year. And of course, where I live, so high up, you always have the wind. Great place if you're into kite flying, however, I would hasten to add. Because we've got the valley, which goes all around, and there's a big open space on the valley. If you don't mind, wearing welly boots in this weather, because you need it, because the ground will be a bit sludgy and muddy and swamp-like. There's a bit of a swamp in the middle, actually. Then you've certainly got the wind and the height for kite flying. Can't say I'm really into kites like that. I had a kite when I was young. I could never fly it, get it going. I even made one when I was a kid, but again, never really did much. Just used to flap about on the floor. I think there's an art to kite flying, and I just don't have the knack. Looks pretty fun if you can pull it off. Sadly, I cannot. Right, boom boom, nearly. Ooh, I spy some more texture down there. Yeah. You may be able to hear seagulls every so often, maybe. But I do have my condenser microphone on, so you might not be able to. But they are hollering, I can tell you that. Now, if I lived by Seaton, where I used to live, you definitely would hear them, because the nearer the sea there, and they're going a lot, and you definitely hear them. This is coming on all right. I don't like texture basing. I don't mean to look at. I mean to look at. I think it's fine. I don't like doing this though. Don't know why, I just don't enjoy it. So I really do want to get this stage done. Yeah, so what do you think about my plans anyway for a Predator Alien type thing, or a game of Alien based on Predator as a setting? I wouldn't mind doing that. Like I said, I got Dutch. I've got other characters I want just for my generic role playing. Oh, and at the time of recording this, I filmed my Halloween P&Q. I suppose I should be thinking about the Christmas one now. So anybody got any questions, stick them down, whack them down, and I'll get to them. I honestly don't know. If I'll be busy on Christmas Day, I should probably, but I don't know. Part of me wants to say yeah, it'll be definitely be busy. Another part of me says no, you won't be. But I don't know. I've not worked with the police at Christmas before, so I have no experience of that. But some places are busier at Christmas, some places are not. Either way, I'm going to have to film P&Q beforehand. Maybe if I did it after, Christmas is over for everyone by then, isn't it? But I'm kind of going to be having my Christmas after Christmas, if that makes sense. So I'm going to ask if I can have the time. Well, I have asked, but she needs to see close to the time. Whatever. I have asked for the time off, but we shall see. Oh, I think it's time for a sip of coffee soon. At least it doesn't go cold in my R2-D2 mug. I got that for last Christmas, didn't I? Yeah. So it's been a year already, nearly. Whoa. I was saying when I filmed P&Q, I couldn't believe how fast this year's gone. And it's all a matter of perspective, but damn. Yeah, I mean, damn, it's really, really going by quick, or at least it seems to be. Still, at least got a good job and, I can pay the bills, etc. I will never forget that year my body let me down. And I had to give up my Royal Mail job. It was so gutting. Not at least to the fact that it's like, you can't do a job that you once could have easily. But I'm not going to dwell on that. Why am I dragging that rubbish up? That was a while ago now. It was a long time ago. Going out for a meal. For my wife's birthday, my daughter's birthday, and our anniversary. Sort of combining them all. So I'm going to be paying for that. And so I'm going to be using probably my whole week's wages next week to pay for that. But I've kind of budgeted for that. I have money put back, and I can do this. But it's going to be worth it. We haven't been out for so long. And I know my wife enjoys going out. Yeah. Time to do some more of the light colour ones. I'm lining these up in front of the others, basically. I'll be glad to get this stage done. It really is a proper, really feels like a decent stage, you know. Yeah, I felt quite unwell earlier. It's a bit like, yeah. Like I say, I'm not gonna dwell on them too much. Oh, Pete was gonna have a sip of coffee. What's going on? Yes, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I've got 6 figures left to do for this stage. Damn, that's good. I must make my wife a cup of tea this afternoon as well. She's working today because it's day of the week. Is it? It's Wednesday today? Yeah, Wednesday today. Oh no, I'm all out with days. Do you remember when I had a job where I worked the same days and hours every week? No, me neither. You know where you are more with that, I suppose. Yeah, I wonder how they're getting on in Sainsbury's now. Anybody out there watch this from Sainsbury's when I used to work there? I know I've got a couple of subscribers from Sainsbury's. I don't know if they watch this series, but if you do, you know how it's going there? Are you still there? I know one of you at least isn't. Oh, and Asda. I don't think we've got any subscribers from Asda. Nobody seemed to be into YouTube there, really. There was no middle ground with the age there. Either older, not really interested in that sort of thing, or younger, and YouTube's like, nah, we do cooler stuff, we do TikTok or whatever, you know. That's alright. I like YouTube. I like doing videos for YouTube. There's another one. Hey, yes. Nearly finished the 2nd season of Csi Miami. Getting through them. Quite like that one. It's in Miami, Florida, isn't it? It's, I know it's quite away from where I went when I went to Florida. I was closer to Orlando, but yeah, I know Miami's quite a ways the other ways, isn't it? But still Florida. Still got gators and stuff. Something I was going to talk about. P&Q reminded me of it, or it's something I mentioned on P&Q. I was talking about it just now. I can't remember, so you must forgive me if I do remember at some point and I suddenly say something that has no context to what I was talking about. Apologies. Yeah. I had shorts on earlier. Sounds crazy in this weather, but I had these other trousers on. They were dragging in the wet, and the bottoms of them got all wet. So I was like, I know, I'll wear shorts. And yeah, that solves the problem, but it's too cold for shorts. Too cold. So I had to go. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to use, hopefully, those dark places to run Predator / Alien, the role-playing game. And I'm sure there is a Predator role-playing game. Surprised that Free League Publishing haven't done that. They really are doing some cracking games lately. Just smashing them out. And it's good. It is good. Right. And the last one here, what time have we got? Half an hour! Whoa! So I spent half of my time doing basing. Who'd have thought? Actually, I did look, I thought this is going to take me a while. I did think that. But no problem, because I can see that I'm easily going to get it finished in time to show you the other miniatures, which is good. There we are. All done. Way hey wallop. Nice. Basing done on those for that stage. That is awesome. Does mean I can't do any more on them at the moment. I don't want to do any more on them because I don't want to be touching the bases and messing that up. So, let's move my texture paint to one side. Let's push my ghosties off, whatever they're called. Sip of coffee, come on now. Right, so like I say, I'm going to do, in the future, a role-playing game based on Predator. Now, tell me, this doesn't look like Dutch. This doesn't look like Harney. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. So he's going to be my Dutch. Actually, I need them out the bags because I need them to dry. I've got some other figures as well for different characters, engineers, and Starship Crew. Nothing to do with Predator, just what I want for the role-playing game, basically. This one here it was listed as mechanical engineer. I thought it'd be cool to represent my daughter. I'm going to give her pink hair, because my daughter's got pink hair at the moment, so she's going to have pink hair. Yeah, so that's going to be good. Oh, yeah. I'm going to clean them up a bit first, though. Oh, and a boss lady. I can represent Mrs. Minnie Warzone. Well, one representation of her. Right, so I am going to clean them up. I'm right, see if I can pack some of my paints away. Hang on a minute, that's white grey, so grey. Sorry about that. Knife. Yeah, I'm just gonna see about any flash or whatever that might need taking care of. Well, it doesn't appear to be much on him. Try and soak up some of the moisture here. there's quite there's quite a funky Stallone looking one, like a Rambo character. I tell you, he'd probably make an okay Sly Marbo. Marbo or Rambo. Sly Rambo. Now these are clearly resin, but so be careful you don't break anything, because they're not cheap, these resin miniatures. I was thinking of painting them off the bases, and then so I'd like to keep the bases absolutely plain. I don't want anything on the bases. Does look like Arnie. I think so. Coincidences are too uncanny for the different characters. It's a bit like the similarities of the characters that are obviously meant to emulate real life characters in Zombicide. You know, it's just too obvious. So good in a way that they clearly represent them. Okay. This is typical Starship Crew. She's not going to be a mechanical engineer, although it could be, I suppose. But I don't want it to be. This one is going to be for my security. Yeah. So is the other one I've ordered, but he's also going to obviously be in my Aliens game. Hey, I can even play Corporal Hicks at some point. How cool is that? That's just freaking awesome. So like I say, just drying up some of the moisture here. Yeah, so a little bit of flash there was on her hair there. And we don't want that. So this one is a mechanical engineer. Daughter's an apprentice mechanical engineer. So by the time I get around to sorting this game out, she'll be an engineer. Yeah. Yeah, 4 years later. Yeah, some of it's difficult to discern whether it's flash or not. And to my mind, if you've got a question whether it's flash or not, then it's not a good representation of what it's meant to be. So you might as well not have it. It's just my way of thinking. Yes. What could be tongues on the boots? I think it is. I think it would look better as that than if I took them off. So I'm gonna leave them on. Now this one, what we've got going on here. What I need to get sometime is some androids. I've got Bishop from Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Core, But it'd be nice to have some other figures I could use as synthetic humans. She's holding something, that one. Don't know what she's holding, but yeah, there it is. I think it's a book, more likely a data pad or something. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway. So, yeah, the question with those is, what do I pin them to? Yeah, that's a very, very good question. Another swig of coffee. So you can see them there, look. That is them. Yeah, I'm wondering what I can pin them to. Or I could glue them. Like I could glue Dutch here to that. And then paint. Yeah, I could do. Either way, I need some lids, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lids. I'm just off to get 5 lids, guys. I won't be long, he says. Just got distracted by another piece of possible terrain. Right, hold your horses. Hold your horses. The reason I'm going to glue them to bases instead of pin them is because I don't like pinning resin. Don't mind pinning metal, I don't mind pinning plastic, but I do not like pinning resin. I wonder... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I've got some potential holders. Yeah, that's what I'm calling. Ha! Whoa, stay there, boy. Yeah. I suppose if I was careful, I could blue tack them. Except they run out of blue tack. So let me just see here. I'm going to try gluing them. Right, so I'm gluing the Dutch character to that one. Move him up gently. I'm only putting such tiny amounts of glue on because I want to easily be able to pull them off again afterwards. See? Gorilla glue here. A lot of money in the resin. I don't know why resin seems to cost so much. I'd be interested actually if anybody, my viewers out there know. Why does resin seem to cost so much? I mean, the Games Workshop resin models always seem to cost more, don't they? Like the Forge World stuff and that. Oh dear. I don't know about her, 'cause she's got high heels. Oh, damn. Well, if I pull her off, like, you know, if I pull upwards, she should come off quite easily. Right. Okay. Right, so that seems to be all glued in place here now. Okay, so next question. What method of painting do I use? It's always a good question, isn't it? Well, I don't have to make any decisions now. We're prepping these. These are prepped. I've got another one on the way. Got the Hicks model. Oh, what's the guy that had old painless in Predator? I might get him because he's got the cowboy hat. Not the cowboy hat, the safari hat and everything. He's got the minigun. He's got the lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna order him. I think maybe Billy. Yes. If that went through your mind, it went through mine too. I'm going to use the line, what good Billy is source booked. Yeah, because this, I don't care what anybody says, this is Arnie. Yeah, it is Arnie. Well, I've got other terrain I can work on. See, that's the thing, I've got like a whole sort of canteen area. It's interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I've got stuff to do. Some good little scenarios in a role-playing game. So if you'll bear with me, it'll be fine. So I think if I want to use contrast, we're going to have to paint these guys in a white undercoat or a primer, which is a pain with the bubbles. Yes, it is, but yeah, ultimately it could be worth it. It's yeah, that okay. Move these to one side. I'm moving these off camera. So we could come back in here with this. What's he gonna do? I think a Mechanicus standard grey would be good on some of the areas on this, I think. What do you know? I've got two Mechanicus standard greys. I'm going for it. Some areas here could use Mechanicus standard grey, I feel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my palette, which I had ready earlier. Some of this on. Some water. Oh yeah. Right, but now I've got the problem of what brush do I use? I think it's going to be a character brush. I'm going to be painting the sides. What time have we got here? 53 minutes. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I'm just going to be painting a little bit before we stop. Appreciate you can't see this. There's not really a lot to see. I'm just painting a couple of the details here. In a grey. I'm going to be putting some weathering on here at some point. In the form of rust at the bottom, maybe, or underneath one of the pipes. I've also got, I've got some terrain, some Necromunda. I bought it specifically for Necromunda. It's like a plasma tower thing, but it could be used as a ship's engine or something. And if I can match, well, or paint some of the trash I've got collected into terrain, that'd be good as well. I think take away the trees and the buildings, I think sci-fi terrain is easier to build than fantasy terrain. It's just my take on it. Oh dear. The only problem with the job I have now, well, you know, the minor problems I'm going to talk about, but one of the minor problems I have with my job right now is I rarely get days off with my wife. It's I don't know what, I can do painting or what have you, but you know, I'd much rather be spending time with my wife. It's like she's there, she's at home, but she's not because she's working. So, this bit here, Mechanicus standard grey, which is good. Might do the middle bit some sort of copper or bronze. I'll do this bottom bit grey, and then I can do the same on the other side, you know, like symmetrical. I got this piece of terrain from eBay. It was like a 3D printed piece of terrain. Really good. You know, if I had a 3D printer, this would be the sort of stuff I'd be printing on it, for sure. Yeah, definitely. What was that other thing I thought of something earlier that, oh yeah, if I had a 3D printer, I could print that. Can't think of it right now. He'll come to me, I'm sure. I've seen some pretty good figures 3D printed. You can usually tell this type of 3D printing because it's got the lines on it, which, you know, I hummed and hawed about filing out, but I decided to keep them because I quite like them. So, as we're nearing the end, I'm going to plug my Patreon, as usual. There will be some better stuff coming up on it soon. As soon as I'm finished. You see, I've had a poorly day today, and I keep getting them every so often. Once I'm back on my feet, you know, for the duration, as it were, I'll be doing some more Patreon videos for sure. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just doing like some chill ones and things like that, and some paint along. I'll do the painting with patrons, of course. I'd quite like to know what sort of thing you'd like to see behind the scenes on Patreon, actually, because, you know, some of you do. So, get this done, I think, and then I'll end the video. Bit of a longer one today then, which is good. It'll give me something to do, something to edit. I always like that. So, but editing, something else I've been thinking about as well for on the benches. I've been thinking about upping the resolution on the benches, but I'm not sure if it's worth it, because, you know, it's a catch-22 situation. I don't get that many watches on it, so is it worth it? Or if I did, would I get more watches on it because it'd be in higher resolution? I don't know. I mean, to me, it's in high enough. I think 720p for a paint-along video is more than adequate. Personally, that's just me. I think 720p is fine for battle reports. So, to my mind, I like to do painting tutorials on a higher resolution now. But other than that, yeah, I wonder. Do wonder, you know. I suppose what I could do is trial it, couldn't I? Trial it on this video, which is longer than normal. So it's going to take ages to render. It's okay. What I usually do when I render a long video like this, I usually do it at night when I've got the day off the next day as well, you know, or I'm not too tired. So I edit it and then render it, and then just watch YouTube videos for the rest of the hours it takes to render. I know that slows down the rendering time, but it's a good way of passing the time whilst I'm waiting, I think. So just getting this bit of Mechanica Standard Grey on here, and voila, we're done. So I'll just wash my brush off, and I'm going to zoom out in a moment and talk to you. Wow, got a lot done today, I'll tell you. So let's move that to one side, put that brush away over there, zoom right out and back up there. So, ooh, get a bit of a better angle, something like that. So, thanks ever so much for watching this episode of On the Bench. Got another stage done on the Ghostbusters monsters there, or ghosts. So I've done their bases with the texture stuff. That's good. I've prepped and glued the sci-fi role-playing characters to their painting handles. These are actually fabric softener, conditioner, you know, lids, because the lids on fabric conditioners, these here, if you didn't know, that is the measurement. When it says it does 60 washes, say, it's 60 of cups of this, so you just fill it up, pour it in the washing machine. I didn't know that till, you know, some time ago, but I've known it for a while. Anyway, so yeah, so I've done that, and I've just painted a couple of areas of that piece of terrain. So all good. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought I'd gone over a lot longer. Oh, it's about average then. Not bad at all. So yeah, like the video if you like it, please share it. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, stick down any comments below. You know, if you want, that's good. And I'll see you on another video. So till then, guys, remember all brushes lead to all, and bye for now. Bye bye.